Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to get started on the SH Figuarts Black Adam, the DC Universe. So, yeah. Gotta say, this is a pretty solid figure. I have some minor gripes with it. But overall, I thought it would be like, but I actually ended up really enjoying it. So, it's pretty crazy. One thing I gotta admit that the likeness on the rock sculpt is absolutely ridiculous. And I know some people have been having issues with SHF and their likeness. I personally do not like unmasked characters. I prefer characters to be masked. That way, it gives you the whole point of a secret identity. It's no point in having a secret identity when you have to take your mask off every 2 seconds to talk. It's stupid to me. But stuff like Black Adam, like this sculpt it's A1. I gotta admit, and he's actually much bigger for an SHF than usual, and we'll get into that when we get to the size comparison. But first, let's talk about the figure. Here we are with our look. I mean, he even out the gate, right? He starts off with that slightly raised eyebrow, which I thought was pretty funny because it's like, oh, it's basically The Rock in a Black Adam costume. You know what I mean? Busting out at the seams, and it has a really good, solid look to it. Overall, like when you get the replacement parts, the look, I really like it. I would have enjoyed a final version of the suit, but I'm totally happy with this one as well, as it's recognizable enough as a Black Adam costume. Now, as far as our articulation goes, as far as our head, we can look all the way up for flight poses with his little to no issues. We can look down on our puny enemies, right? Even when in flight poses, we can tilt, and you see that extra neck movement. We actually have a bunch of movement here that allows for it to look really, really good, which I'm here for. I'm 100% here for. We have a butterfly joint that folds out. That way he looks extra brolic, you know. We can hit a T-pose, little to no issue. We have a rotation here. We can wiggle it around. The arms easily come out due to the arm swap gimmick, which will allow you to do the folded arm gimmicks, which I don't really enjoy that one. But we have a beautiful double joint. Doesn't really hinder anything. Allows for flexing. You have your standard SHF peg joints. As far as the torso goes, you have excellent movement going side to side, going backwards, and even going forward. Now, I was worried about the forward one again because this part will pop out, and that will be a slight issue for you because the more you go forward, the more likely you are to pop out his front piece. It won't come out crazy like it'll pop all the way out, but it will be a little bit protruding, so please be careful. We can rotate left and right. Now, here is my only actual major gripe with the articulation, right? Legs wise, we're going to go out this far. And because of our piece here, right, which can't be moved, right? It's one solid piece. When you lift up on the right leg, you have to push against the plastic, but you can get to 90 degrees, but it warps the leg outward. That means the thigh cut is almost useless there. You have a beautiful double joint there. You can rotate around with the legs as well. And there is a really strong toe hinge pivot, whichever one you prefer to name it, but you know what the hell I mean, right? So I have found a solution for it that some people may not like, some people may. This will help you in terms of your look of movement. The movement, but it see how it protrudes outward. Now, here's what I did, right? Very simple solution. I pop the legs off, and I take these out. These help fill in the gaps on the figure, but they do hinder its articulation. So when you pop them back in without those pieces, right? Watch this. Now it's a regular. And yes, it will leave a slight gap, but it will allow you to do the drop down, right? And lift up your leg a lot easier. Oop, lost a little bit of focus there. Right? Look at that. But like I said, you will and even add your thigh swivel. So again, you have options for your Black Adam here. Let me actually get him into a Sailor Moon pose. Alright, this is pretty stupid of me. I won't lie to you, but it's fun as hell. Right? So you do have options, and like I said, you could remove these to add some extra articulation if you want. But that is it. That pretty much covers our articulation base. Right? Look at that. You're a Rocky princess. But yeah. all gimmicks inside, like, this is actually a pretty solid figure. I do like it, but it's just funny to me, some of the engineering choices, but easily fixable by just popping out some little parts. And that was minor gripes. But without further ado, what we're going to do is jump into our accessories. So let's get to it. Alright, now we're going to get onward to the accessories. Now, first thing I want to talk about is the cloak. I actually think this is actually a really well done cloak outside of the hood. Now, the cloak is very easy. It just drapes right over him, and you fold it. Like, it literally is supposed to sit on the top. But it does. And it actually does sit on top very well. But you know what the gripe is? The hood doesn't stay down. Like, that's my gripe, right? So you got to fold it outward to make it look good. But you want to do the hooded figure version of him. So obviously this is going to cause trouble, which means therefore you have to find a way to make the hood sit flat. You can try museum wax. You can try to do, what is it? I forgot the name of it. Sticky tack. You could try blue tack. Now, like I said, it's a very good cloak, but it doesn't sit flat because of its design. So you have to find a way to wiggle it around and try some stuff. It does help that he's bald, so it won't get in the way of his hair. Haha, see what I did there? But yeah. No, but it is wired, which is really dope. So, oh, I have a, oh no, I thought I had a thread loose. I would have been worried. But it is like double cloaked up, which I do like. And it is wired, so that way you can have it sit freely as you go around and try to do stuff. So that means you can get the flow in two different directions. It's just going to be the hood that holds you back. But look at this. This is really, really solid. But again, the hood will hold you back. But I'm going to find a way to do something cool with that. You know what I mean? But enough about that. Let's talk about some other stuff. Let's take that off. Now, the other thing we want to talk about is our arms. These folded arms. We will get these as an accessory. Am I going to put these on? No, because I don't want to waste time, and I'm going to frustrate myself because I have a terrible time putting these on. These kind of things are not for me. It's a very cool gimmick, but I realized it just doesn't function with me pretty well, and maybe I just have bad luck. But it is a nice design. Just not for me. Then we have beautiful illuminated head. I wish it did glow in the black light, but it just illuminated pretty well. And these are like powers activated in kind of way. These actually are pretty cool, right? And again, they knocked it out of the park with the sculpt. Next up, you'll have a chase plate replacement part for our lightning powers activated when you scream Shazam. Oh, does it? I don't remember. But with that being said, when you do want to have your powers activated, there is a power swap one. So that way you can swap out the chest. There we go. You get two parts. And that's actually pretty cool because, like I said, you can. So just so you can see the difference. See, there's a big difference there. Changes the entire outfit. Even with the torso, right? Just pop it off. Remove our bottom piece. Replace it here. I'm probably going to keep it in the rest of the video because I do like the color difference that it shows. As you can see here, it makes it look like a completely different figure. This feels more comic book Black Adam for me, which I am 100% here for. So it's one of those things where I'm like, this is what I like color-wise. So I'm here for it. And then you will get some hands. So let's talk about those very quickly. Here you will get your natural open hands. These are your open action hands. And I like the asymmetrical design of the glove gauntlet there. You'll get your, kind of like your absorbing power, looking cool pose hands. And then you will get your slapping hands. Because these are kind of curvatured, relaxed hands. But you do get them. Overall, they're pretty nice. I would have liked an item holding hand, but he doesn't really do item holding hands. It would have been like an open visual hand, but yeah. Either way, really, really here for what we got going on with this Black Adam. I do wish it was a final design version, but again, early suit concept, or sorry, early movie suit is what I should call it, because it's not concept. Early movie suit is pretty cool. But now we're going to jump into the size comparison. This is where it gets pretty interesting, because I'm going to compare to some DC comic stuff. some DC line stuff, and some Mafex stuff, and Shazam itself. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, now we're on to the size comparison. Now, this is where I have a lot, but I'm not going to go extra crazy, but I'm going to try to compare the well-known components. First off, I want to do it up against the Mezco Black Adam. It's one of the other features that we have. I do not have a McFarlane Black Adam, so yeah, sorry. So here we are with the Mezco Black Adam. And again, they just weren't too far off from each other. One is a modern rendition. This is based off our classic JSA look, our classic Fawcett, like look. And I like it. Now, one thing I do want to try is I'm going to try to put the Mezco cloak on this guy and see how it looks. And honestly, I like the way it kind of droops there. It's not terrible, but it is a nice alternative look. But I do like that other cloak a lot. I just don't like the hood. But yeah. So I'm going to put Black Adam back here because I do want to compare him to the big red cheese himself, Captain Marvel, aka Shazam. So you know what you're getting into. Should you want to compare these guys, there you have that, right? Like I said, we know what we're getting into, but sometimes you got to see it visually to really know. Then we can compare to other characters, and this is where it gets kind of fun, right? Because if you want to talk about powerhouses, here we are with Mafex Homelander. And here we are with Mafex Scott Snyder's Justice League Superman. Because this one is actually the better of the Mafex Superman, right? So as you can see, SHF is up there as a larger figure with these guys. He should actually be towering over them, but I think it's fine that he actually is able to fit in with these guys pretty well. Next up, just for some more comparison, here we are with the Mafex Aquaman. Then we have Mafex Shazam again. This is from the Shazam movie. I like to call him Captain Marvel, so you'll have to excuse me. But yeah, the Zachary Levi Shazam. I think this looks really, really nice, and it does. I like that there is a nice transition overall, that no matter what line you kind of choose so far, it is a nice look, and it looks like it blends well. Next up, in case you want some mercenaries for him to throw around, literally, here we are with Valaverse 6-inch figures. These are really good military characters. Considering the Black Adam movie used a bunch of those guys, this would be the right way to go. If you want to fight demons, I do recommend some Mythic Legions. I chose Belphegor because I figured it fit the part, right? Next up, this one was pretty cool for demons as well. I chose one of the Mattel demons, Too Bad. He is gigantic, but I feel like he fits in with the whole demon motif. Next up, we have a Foosh Ninja. In case you want to do ninjas versus Black Adam, here's a Foosh Ninja doing his best Attack on Titan pose. I don't know how I had him like that, but I guess my wife was messing with it. In case you want to look at a regular SHF, here is SHF Kamen Rider Agito. This is the normal size of an SHF. And look at where Black Adam is, like almost a full head over him. So he is larger of a figure. Next up, I do have one McFarlane character. So here we go. Now we see how the McFarlane 7-inch kind of stacks up. It's gigantic. And then, just for fun, speaking of guys who got their own movies without starring the people who kind of gave birth to them, here is a SHF Venom. So I feel like these two are a pair. It's a very special pair. So yeah, I think that about rounds out this round. But yeah, I overall enjoyed this Black Adam. I'm hoping to do some really cool photos with it, and make up my own stuff like I usually do. So hopefully you guys will enjoy the photos at the end. Thank you so much for watching, sticking around, being cool with everything. It is not a good time in life right now for me, but I like making videos. It helps distract me. It helps keep me very on point, and it keeps me thinking about things that would otherwise consume me. So hopefully, in my best to do what is good for myself and others, hopefully you do the same for others around you and yourself. So as always, please be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.